presented by EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in primetime, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Levis going to the air right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be second down. You talk about this Jets defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First and 10, it's Levis. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards there, a big one.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate. And
touchdown, Jets! A great play there. 46 yards. And the Jets are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Levis sets up to throw here. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Levis on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Meanwhile, Levis's throw complete there to Johnson. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Levis. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Touchdown, Texans. A.J. Brown, a 14-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Suckup for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Here is 3rd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Here's Levis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Levis back to throw. That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Levis to throw it. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. The Texans had 1-7 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Levis out of the shotgun now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, here's Levis. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Once again, it's Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point try now for Succop. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
The score, Texans 21, Jets 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Wilson.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again.
That is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. In motion left comes Brown. On 3rd down, Wilson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And Brown's got it for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding the situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jets 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Play action. It's Wilson.
He'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now it's Wilson.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Levis looking to move him around a bit.
Second and 6. Campbell making the catch. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Levis. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They do go for it. Here's Levis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Houston. Jerome Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
A gutsy call. 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Wilson. Flush to his right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here's Wilson. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
1st and 10, it's Levis. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At their 40
Levis to throw it. Well, that'll be incomplete. And he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Going in motion left, that's Campbell. Levis throwing for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Duvernay in motion. Levis. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll throw it again with Levis.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Jets' 1-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
DeAndre Swift with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, New York.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 11.
64 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They go play action now. Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the middle.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Texans, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.